This is JA1Day1Films, and you're watching The Christoph Lee Show.
What up, guys? It's your boy, The Christoph Lee. And today I got with me some guys that do some film and a podcast, JA1Day1Films. So how are you guys today?
Oh, good. We're good.
Good, man. Thank you for having us. I
Of
appreciate it.
So how did you guys meet each other?
I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, so
Be prepared to go way, way back.
yeah, this is way before the business. Yeah, but we actually met in elementary school. So J.G. Henning, 4th grade, Miss McCausland. Yeah.
Shout out Mr. McCausland.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah.
What school did you guys go to?
Henning, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Elementary
High
school.
school?
Yeah.
We actually went to all three. We both went to Henning, both went to Manchester. Shout out Greg, and then we went to LC Berry High School.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
you. And how old are you guys?
22.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, both 22.
About 21. So, were you guys around during the time when you guys were so good at football and
Oh, of
basketball?
course.
Yeah.
We were there. Those were the good days.
You already know.
We actually played football a little bit, but we
Oh,
gave it up. Like I said, we weren't there for the stage. I mean, we were there, but we weren't like varsity for the stage.
Yeah.
But no doubt, it was a good time. It was a great time.
So, how did you guys come up with the podcast, and why did you guys decide that you wanted to film?
I guess with the podcast, shout out, I know y'all are used to seeing a third guy with us. Shout out Nick. He's actually the one that brought the podcast to us. Because we always had the, company of J1Day1. So we were like, that's something that we can get content from immediately. So Nick was like, I want to do a podcast where,
And shout out Francis. Too.
right,
Yeah.
something that's important to Richmond.
Yeah.
So like a weekly podcast, and that's how we got started with it.
And so it's called the 804 podcast. So why did you guys decide to call it 804 instead of Richmond podcast?
Once again, that's our man Nick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nick.
Nick just brought,
Yeah.
we were doing ideas. Like I said, y'all, I wish we had a list of y'all could see like the other ones that we had. Like I said, the brotherly love pile. Like,
Philadelphia.
Good. But so which one of y'all from Philly? Yeah, none of y'all. So but
Can you tell us the other names that you guys have?
like I said, it was. Like I said, I remember the Brothers podcast, and that wasn't even that bad. I'm making it sound bad now, but. It's crazy because I remember when Nick said the 804 podcast, it sounded so like, well, duh, it's the 804, but some just said.
Yeah, we stuck with it. Yeah, it made the cut. Yeah.
Since it was such a hard decision.
So you guys are based in, of course, the 804. So why did you guys decide to do the recording where you guys are recording?
Mostly, like I said, we're actually here right now in the home of the 804 podcast. This room right here.
Quadrant Studios. Shout out to Quadrant Studios.
Yeah, and this is what west side of Richmond, so pretty local. And then with our short films, we pretty much go anywhere in the Richmond area.
Speaking of short films, I've seen some new short films. I'd like to be in one, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
Well, Steph, we got you.
But so far, you guys have done reenactments of famous hood movie scenes.
Oh, yeah.
I think my favorite one is probably the one where you done Johnny. Shout out to Johnny. And
I love you.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Johnny.
And you guys have done ministry. Have you guys done? You guys done? If I remember correctly, what was the one with Lawrence Tate?
Minister Society, yeah.
No.
Oh no, Love Jones.
Love Jones.
Minister Society.
And Barbershop.
Yeah.
Which barbershop scene was that? Was that 1 or 2?
The one.
Was that the
ATM.
Oh, okay.
Remember when he like chased the guy for $5?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, shout out to my man Jesse. Yeah.
So how did you guys decide that you wanted to do like a reenactments of the hood movies, or you just get to decide which film you want to do?
I guess like Alex said, shout out to me because I think about it. Well, one of the things that we want to do is get like our practice up. We obviously we're aspiring filmmakers, but we don't have all the equipment that a filmmaker would have. So one of the things we want to do is just, get out there and do more, especially this was like kind of before COVID. Right. So what I did was, instead of sitting here waiting weeks for me to make a new script for us to like try to, like I said, we just try to cut the BS. So I was like, hey, there's nothing easy. You don't have to rewrite a script for a reenactment. You just do the reenactment. So and then also just when we do with other people, like you said, Johnny, The
Corey. Shout out to Corey.
Makai is the stuttering poet. When we get other people to help out, it brings out them. Like I love seeing that as a director.
And networking. And one thing that and I've also with the reenactment seeing Jesse like kind of perform as a director and everything, become a director is he's really grown a lot too. So that's been cool. But I know both of us really like seeing like you said, bringing people out of their element, because most of the time the main thing we get is always I don't act, I'm not an actor.
yeah. But no, seriously, I don't really act. I'm like, on me and Alex, I'm not a director. He's not an actor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to get into specifics of things, what we are and what we not, nobody's nothing.
I'm not a journalist.
Right, until you proclaim yourself as one. Right, so yeah. And as far as just the movie choices, just movies that I enjoyed. Like I said, Love Jones. Johnny was hyped to do that because that's one of her favorite movies. She told us.
The poem too. Yeah.
It just seems more relatable. And also, not to kind of the sidebar, all these movies were black.
Right.
So it's nothing better than being able to recreate those moments.
Can we get a Black Panther reenactment?
Yes, we can.
Of course we can.
Yes,
like I said, that's hella heights to reach. But yes, we can. You can.
Rest in peace, Chadwick.
Yes. So,
rest in peace, Chadwick.
How did you decide that you wanted to go into film? Out of all the jobs that you did, film, photography, how did you decide to go into that?
For me, it just seemed really, really cool. I liked, when I was a kid, I did a commercial with my mother for a small business.
Okay.
Yeah, so ever since that, and then I was an extra in another film. Shout out to Iris Bowling and the Heart TV series and Deadly Sexy. I just really fell in love with really being on set and then just seeing a whole bunch of people come together. So and seeing all those people work on this one production, and then you sit down in the movie theater and you watch it and see the end result. It's really cool. It's the ultimate teamwork to me. So yeah, that's probably.
Now going off of Alex, I was actually late to the train because Alex was even doing if I'm not mistaken, you were doing acting stuff a year out of high school. You were actually doing stuff, like you said, the whole kid thing.
Right.
And JJ
He's
been doing it for
a minute. Spotty, but
but like I said, you always had a tie to it. I came in, I didn't even start really thinking about it till after I left school. And we were kind of both thinking what we were going to do. And I remember, like you said, he was doing gigs, and I was thinking Alex, it's real cool how you get to go on. He would always tell me after his gigs, oh man, it was so cool seeing all these things, yada. And I was like, you know what, Al? It'd be cool to be the director behind. Let's make our own movies. And I still remember that night me saying that. I was like, you know what, man, you keep telling me how the acting is cool and all that. Wouldn't it be slick to just run the whole shit? Just run the whole thing. Or at least directing. The director, like I said, it sounds all nice, but man, so it's making a product from scratch and being able. One of the things about film I like, not to go too long, but with film, it stays around. Even if it's a terrible film, it's yours. It stayed around. You can go open
it's
it
art.
up. Yeah, 10, 15 years later, it's yours. So,
right.
Like I said, I just think that media outlet is crazy. I never thought about it all them years, but definitely got on track.
It was just resting. Yeah, it was
destiny.
So what is your favorite films? Okay, we're not gonna go.
I'd say
let's go with black films. Black films. What's your favorite black film?
Favorite black film? Well, I'd say my favorite film is Goodfellas. Huge fan of that. Like I said, black. I might say Friday. I might say that collection of talent is just ridiculous. What's another? You're black. Let's get a film guy.
Film guy. Yeah, honestly, Black Panther was really good. It's newer. I'm gonna put that. I like action and things. Black Panther. Okay. And just everything that it stood for. And rest in peace to Chadwick.
I know one movie actually staying on Ryan Coogler, which is a very big inspiration.
Yes.
Which we can go for days. Like I said, black filmmaker, so that's a huge inspiration for us. Another one of his movies, I know when I watched it, it was just wow. For Real Station. Mm-hmm. That changed my whole perspective on movies. Kind of I remember me telling Alex because I saw it a couple years late when I was older. So I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, and then the way that film is shot as well, it's not that high quality. It's just a story. It's a real story with a real ending. So yeah, which is unfortunate. But yeah, man. So
and also for me, it's just one of those movies where you can watch it once, but you don't watch it.
Yeah, I've never watched it
and
since.
we can get into that discussion when we get to the podcast. But so where do you guys want to take this whole take the JA1Day1Films?
Oh, we're trying to be, you know, the hottest thing in the world. We're trying to, you know, live on. It really, okay, that was, you know.
I was gonna say that was a real pizzazz.
Yeah.
We're trying to be hot, like Hey, Nelly.
But we're trying to, we're trying to build a legacy. We're trying to build a legacy for future generations and things like that. You know, like really mentor to the next generation and leave, you know, leave our stamp on the world. So yeah.
I feel that. So
Yeah, really same. Yeah,
Same
I
thing.
feel that. So these guys are JA1Day1Films. Is there anyone you guys want to shout out before we go?
First, shout out Nick.
Yeah, shout out Nick.
Our dog.
Shout out Drew.
Yes. I said, but I don't know how I can forget about Drew.
Quadrant Studios.
Yeah. Just shout out to everybody, all of our guests that came. Everybody just, you know, just liked our vibe. That's another thing about us.
Supporters.
Like, we know it's real fun every time we do a production. Well, at least that's what everybody says when they leave or think of ours. Like, it's real fun. So, thank you, RBA, for you know helping us planting the seeds.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Shout out Shamar. Yeah.
So, this is JA1Day1Films. I am D. Christoph Lee, and I'll see you guys next time.
Ooh.